Overthinking feels like standing in a storm that never ends. Your mind races, replaying the past, worrying about the future, and dissecting every detail of today. It's exhausting, but you're not alone. At Buddha Voice, we believe the ancient wisdom of the Buddha holds timeless truths and gentle solutions for the chaos of the modern mind. In this video, you'll learn 5 powerful Buddhist teachings that will help quiet your thoughts, restore inner balance, and bring your soul back to peace. Let's begin this journey together. The Buddha once said, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." So simple, so true, yet so hard to follow. We spend most of our time anywhere but the now, reliving regrets, worrying about outcomes, or drifting into daydreams. But the present moment is the only place life ever truly happens. Try this. Pause. Feel your breath. Notice the ground beneath you. This is your moment, your sanctuary. By choosing the now, overthinking fades, and peace steps in. But some things can't be fixed, at least not now. And that's okay. The Buddha taught that suffering doesn't come from pain itself, but from our attachment to it. Ask yourself, is this something I can control? If not, release it. Let go, not because you're giving up, but because you're choosing peace. Like trying to push a mountain, some efforts only wear us down. Surrender is not weakness, it's wisdom. We complicate life with too many desires, too many thoughts, too many what-ifs. But the Buddhist path is one of simplicity, one of letting go of the excess, inside and out. A Zen saying goes, "The simpler the life, the deeper the meaning." Ask yourself today, what can I release? What no longer serves me? Simplicity brings stillness, and in stillness, we see clearly. Again, have you ever felt crushed by your own thoughts? They rise like waves, sometimes beautiful, sometimes violent. But here's the truth. You are not your thoughts. The Buddha reminded us, with our thoughts, we make the world. But we are not trapped by them. We are the sky. The thoughts are just clouds passing through. Watch them. Don't chase. Don't cling. And like clouds drifting away, they will fade. Freedom lies not in stopping thoughts, but in not becoming them. Nothing lasts. Not joy, not pain, not even the thoughts you're struggling with right now. Impermanence is one of Buddhism's deepest truths and greatest comforts. Everything changes, everything passes. The suffering you feel today will soften. The fear you carry will dissolve. The overthinking will quiet if you stop feeding it. This is the gift of impermanence. Every moment is a chance to begin again. Our breath. The Buddha said, when the mind is calm, the breath is calm. When the breath is calm, the mind is calm. Each inhale is an invitation. Each exhale is a letting go. Mindfulness doesn't mean you have to sit for hours in silence. It means you return again and again to this very moment. So when your thoughts spiral, close your eyes. Breathe in slowly and breathe out gently. That one breath could be the difference between chaos and peace. Over time, mindfulness becomes not just a practice. It becomes a way of living, a way of seeing, clearly, thinking gently, and loving fully. Overthinking often stems from one quiet belief. I'm not enough, not smart enough, not strong enough, not doing enough. But the Buddha taught, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. You are already worthy. You don't need to earn peace. You only need to allow it. Every time you catch yourself in a storm of negative thoughts, gently place your hand on your heart and say, I am here, I am enough, I let go. Even this small act of compassion can transform your inner world. You don't have to be perfect. You only have to be present. Overthinking is not your fault. It's simply the mind doing what it was trained to do: run, analyze, protect. But now, you are learning a new way, a softer way, the way of presence, the way of peace. Let today be the day you stop chasing thoughts and start watching them drift by like clouds. Let today be the day you stop fighting what you can't control and start surrendering with grace. Let today be the day you choose peace over pressure, silence over noise, and love over fear. You are not your past. You are not your future. You are this breath, this sacred moment, right now. And that is enough. The Buddha taught, what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. Your mind is not a prison, it is a garden. Every thought you dwell on is a seed. If you constantly plant fear, anxiety, regret, they will grow like weeds, choking your peace. But if you plant stillness, forgiveness, kindness, even in small moments, your mind will bloom. And like any garden, it requires patience. You cannot force flowers to grow, but you can create the right conditions every day through practice, presence, and compassion. You don't need to control every thought. You only need to choose which ones to water. So as you go about your day, if this message touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Comment your reflections, and subscribe to Buddha Voice to receive more Buddhist wisdom every week. Together, we're not just learning teachings, we're building a more peaceful world from within. Until next time, dear friend, stay mindful, stay free, stay kind. May you walk gently, and may peace always find you, wherever you are. We think, if I just fix this one thing, I'll finally be happy. If I could just do it right, they'll accept me. If I plan every detail, nothing will go wrong. But the truth is, perfection is an illusion. And the chase for it will only lead you away from peace. The Buddha never asked us to be perfect. He asked us to be awake, to be present, to be compassionate, especially with ourselves. In the Zen tradition, there's a saying, even the moon has scars, yet it still shines. You don't need to be flawless. You only need to be real. Breathe into your imperfection, and you'll find it softens into beauty. In a noisy world, silence feels uncomfortable. So we fill it with more thoughts, more planning, more distractions. But silence is not empty. It's where the deepest truths are found. The Buddha often retreated into silence, not to escape, but to listen, to truly hear the nature of mind, to touch the stillness beneath the noise. You don't need to retreat to a forest to find this silence. It lives within you, right now, between the inhale and the exhale. Sit quietly. No need to fix, no need to force. Let the silence hold you, and in that stillness, you will hear what words can never say. The Buddha taught, what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. Your mind is not a prison. It is a garden. Every thought you dwell on is a seed. If you constantly plant fear, anxiety, regret, they will grow like weeds, choking your peace. But if you plant stillness, forgiveness, kindness, even in small moments, your mind will bloom, and like any garden, it requires patience. You cannot force flowers to grow, but you can create the right conditions every day through practice, presence, and compassion. You don't need to control every thought. You only need to choose which ones to water. So as you go about your day, ask yourself gently, is this a seed I wish to grow? Choose with awareness, tend your inner world, and you'll see, peace doesn't bloom by accident. It's something you cultivate. So many of us live in quiet desperation, believing we must do more, be more, or achieve more to be worthy of peace. But the Buddha's path was never about adding. It was about removing the illusions, the fear, the self-judgment, the belief that you are not already whole. Imagine this. A diamond is buried under mud. It doesn't lose its value. It only needs to be uncovered. You, just as you are already that diamond, already shining, already complete. Even if your mind is noisy, even if your heart feels heavy, you don't need to fix yourself to be at peace. You only need to see clearly. You are not broken. You are becoming. Overthinking often comes from extremes. Too much holding on. Too much pushing away. Too much doing. Not enough being. Buddhism teaches us the middle way, a path of balance, of harmony between effort and surrender, doing and resting, silence and speech. It's not about having no thoughts. It's about not letting thoughts rule your life. Imagine walking on a rope. If you lean too far in either direction, you fall. But if you remain centered, calm, awake, aware, you move forward with ease. Peace comes when you find your center, and that center lives in stillness. Not in the past, not in the future, but here, right now. There's a Zen story that goes like this. A young man went to visit a wise monk. He said, "Master, my mind is always busy. I cannot stop thinking. I cannot find peace." The monk smiled and handed him a glass of water. He said, "Stir this water with a spoon." The young man stirred until the water became cloudy. Then the monk said, "Now stop. Put the spoon down and wait." Slowly, the water became still. The sediment settled, and the surface became clear. The monk whispered, "This is your mind. Let it rest. Let it settle. Peace will return on its own. You don't need to fight your mind. You only need to stop stirring. You came to this video because something inside you, some gentle whisper, is longing for peace. And that longing is sacred. In a world that moves fast, that demands so much, you chose to stop, to breathe, to reflect, to listen to something deeper than though. At Buddha Voice, we walk with you, not in perfection, but in presence. So let us leave you with this blessing. May your thoughts soften like petals in the wind. May your breath anchor you like roots in the earth. And may your soul